make sure you like and subscribe and go follow me on Instagram and Twitch. Those links are down below. Also, my Patreon, it's only $5 a month and you get an extra video every week.
When I get out, can I still traffic rocks to the community? Absolutely not. You're right. Selling rocks would be wrong.
Today, I'm going to be reacting to Dave Chappelle on Dolezal and Caitlyn Jenner.
Everybody got this goddamn sensitive. You know who hates me the most? The transgender community. Yo, yeah, these motherfuckers. I mean, I didn't realize how bad it was. These motherfuckers, I was really mad about that last Netflix special. It's tough, man. I don't know what to do about it because I like them. I always had. Never had a problem with them. You know, just fucking around. As a matter of fact, I think I make fun of everybody, and I mean, as a group of people, they have to admit,
Oh gosh.
it's kind of fucking hilarious, man. I'm sorry, bro. I've never seen somebody in such a hilarious predicament not have a sense of humor about it. They're born feeling like there's something other than they're born as, and that's kind of funny, you know. I mean, it's funny if it's not happening to you. It's like that white black bitch that's in the news all the time.
Is that the
Rachel Dolezal.
Dolezal?
She always says that. She's a white woman, but then she dressed up like a nigga and shot her way up to the very top of blackness. And I always wanted to meet her just so I could understand. I just wanted to like have dinner with her so I could just look in her eyes and call her a nigger to her face. The fuck is that bitch talking about? I identify black. That is trans talk, ladies. Stop biting. Stop biting. There's a big difference between her and a trans. The difference between her and a trans is I believe transgenders. I don't understand them either, but I know they mean what they say. Them niggas cut their dicks off. That's all the proof I need.
Oh my god.
I've never seen somebody just throw their dick away. Don't need it. I don't understand, but I believe you and I support your decision, motherfucker. How far is Rachel willing to go?
Oh no.
What is Rachel willing to do so that we blacks can believe that she believes she's actually one of us?
Oh gosh. It's about to get really dark.
Bitch, are you willing to put a lien on your house so that you can invest in a mixtape that probably won't work out?
Oh my gosh. Okay, so I don't know that much about this person. I felt like it was somebody who said that they were black and they weren't. But now that he confirmed that for me, I'm pretty sure it's the person who I'm thinking of. Again, don't really know much about her. I summed it up. That's basically all I know about her. But it is a very interesting thing to point out where people can identify with something. And whenever you're talking about gender versus whenever somebody identifies with a different race and what his opinion is on that. I haven't even really given that subject much thought myself and probably won't really speak on it anytime soon. So it's interesting to see what he has to say about it. He also is clearly a comedian that doesn't really care what he says. I mean, if anything, he already got in trouble once and here he is addressing it and not apologizing, but like doubling down on referencing and making jokes.
She didn't even change her name. Didn't even change her name. Her name is Rachel. I can't believe in that name. If you want my support, you're gonna have to change your name to the blackest shit I've ever heard.
No.
But you're gonna have to change your name to Draymond Green. I don't know a blacker name than that. This shit is black on paper. If you type Draymond Green into Airbnb, that shit will log off automatically.
Oh, my heart.
And people get mad, bro. People get mad about everything I say. I was doing a show. I was in Portland, Oregon. And I was checked in a hotel under the name Charles Edward Cheese. I came back to my room late at night, and there was a note. It was like a letter on my desk. It was addressed to Mr. Cheese. So obviously, I'm going to assume that whoever wrote this letter must be an intimate friend of mine. This is not some kind of name that a person would just guess. But then I open the letter, and it turns out I don't know this person at all. It's a fan letter. You know, I'm not even used to the idea that I have fans, but I'm grateful for it. And even though I'm grateful for fans, I don't read those letters. Be nice if I did, but realistically, it's like, what am I, Santa Claus, nigga? I don't have time for this. Like, got shit I want to do. I'm trying to chill. Read all these dreams and wishes from strangers, but I read it. I'd already opened it, so I just read the whole letter. And you know what, man? Whoever wrote this letter truly loves me. I mean, they were really fucking nice in the letter, and then they described to me what it was like to come to the show. How excited they were, how much fun they were having. And then they said that when I got to my jokes about transgenders, that they were, quote, devastated. Because it turns out that whoever wrote the letter was transgender. Now I'm going to be real for a second. As a policy, you got to understand, I never feel bad about anything I say up here.
I mean, to be as blunt as you possibly can, I mean, that's probably something really safe and good to stick by as a comedian. The second you start going back on even anything, like, oh yeah, maybe I shouldn't have said it that way, or maybe it wasn't a good time, anything, I think that starts immediately breaking down this line of what you can and can't say and when you can and can't do it. And so you kind of have to hold your ground or else everything starts deteriorating. So good for him kind of leading the way for what's acceptable, which should be, I guess, in his opinion, anything should be acceptable to be joked about. Especially since it's really helping out a lot of other people, kind of like spearheading it for them to kind of understand that they can do it without ruining their careers. I don't exactly know if they would be as successful because he's kind of already like a staple. But it's also just, I don't want to use the word brave and throw that out there, but it is also cool of him to just kind of do it because it does help other comedians, I think. And if somebody as big as him who can't fail can't really get in trouble, it's just kind of encouraging for other people. Plus, I mean, again, he jokes about everything, so I'm sure everybody at some point has been kind of personally victimized by a joke before. But it's a joke. You don't have to hate the person who made the joke.
And I would never admit this to you if I hadn't locked your phones up. But it was the weirdest thing. Like when I read this letter, the shit made me feel bad. I didn't feel bad about what I said, you understand? Yeah. I felt bad that I made somebody else feel bad. To be honest, I don't even know what I said that upset that person. I have so many transgender jokes. But I feel like it was probably this joke I'm about to tell you right now. And it's not even that bad of a joke. It's a true joke. I mean, it's not true, but I had read in the paper that Caitlyn Jenner was contemplating posing nude in an upcoming issue of Sports Illustrated. And I know it's not politically correct to say these things. So I just figured, fuck it, I'll say it for everybody else. Yuck. You know, sometimes I just want to read some stats. I don't know why you're going to cram some man pussy in the middle of the sports page like this. I just didn't think that was the place for it. But I wasn't saying anything like Caitlyn Jenner's a bad person. I'm not mad at her for doing it. Not even mad at Sports Illustrated. If I'm mad at somebody, I'm probably just mad at myself. You understand? Because deep down, I know that I am not strong enough to not look at those pictures.
That's not what I expected him to say. So good for him, I guess, that he feels that way. Dave Chappelle keeping it real. I also do like that he said, it doesn't mean that I think that Caitlyn is a bad person or anything. He's kind of like a weird boxer. He kind of just throws random hits from everywhere because you don't really know what he will say and what he'll pull out. And even if you do feel like, okay, cool, he'll say anything, that's what I know, that's whatever, he still shocks you on how he says it and how he addresses it. And I can actually also see why this is where people call him a goat for, because he just says things no matter what. Like, he's even addressing the repercussions, but he's kind of bulldozing it anyways. And his attitude really isn't that like aggressive. He's not like, I don't care what anybody thinks. It's just kind of a policy of mine to not feel bad about what I say up here. And he very calmly and almost, it feels respectfully, moves on and keeps making jokes. So he's really, really smooth at getting you to feel comfortable. And I know not everyone is probably clearly comfortable with that, but I can just see why people think that he's like the greatest and the GOAT. I mean, I didn't grow up to him personally, but it's pretty easy to catch on. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I thought it was really funny. If you haven't already, make sure you like and subscribe. Check out all of my links, including my Patreon, which has over 80 exclusive videos just on there. Can't find them on YouTube, so make sure you check it out. And I'll see you all next time.